opening statement or
So an opening statement, yeah. I thought a couple things. I was happy with the way our guys fought. I thought we fought them for 40 minutes. And that's definitely something we're trying to establish. I thought after our first game against Rhode Island, we made some significant steps defensively, which was important to us. We need to finish a couple more plays at the rim. I thought we shot the ball halfway decent. But the biggest thing was I was really happy with the way we fought him for it. I think, I got a lot of respect for Coach Cooley. I think he does a great job. He's a fantastic coach. And his guys play hard. He's got a good roster. And we do too. And we're in the process of developing. We lost some significant players from last year. I like our roster. I like our guys. And I'm disappointed we lost because you always want to win. But I am happy with some of the progress we made today. And now we got to use that as a springboard and take another step in our next one.
Chris, you kind of look at, A, some of this was Sorber just kind of wearing you guys down, and two, PV being as disruptive as he was.
Yeah, I think that's two things. They're both good players, number one, and they got size and length. So that affected us a little bit, size and length. Sorber's really, really good. I love his motor. He's got touch around the basket, and he affects a lot of shots around the basket. And PV's just rangy. He can do multiple things and guard multiple guys.
And you hope to lean on the three. I know you guys have been really good at that last season, making 3-pointers. Had that been kind of the idea coming into the day to be able to stretch them out a bit?
Well, that's kind of our style. I thought we shot it well from three in the first half. I thought they did a pretty good job of, trying to run us off the line in the second half. Again, our guys are developing that sense of making threes, but that is something we'd like to be able to do throughout the course of the season.
In the Rhode Island game, speaking of threes, the Rhode Island game, 4 for 29. You were 7 for 14 in the first half this time around. Was that just the quality of looks were better in that first half than in the Rhode Island game?
I think most of it is we're finding our way. We have a brand new roster. Pretty much, even our returning guys, there's not a ton of experience there. We have a brand new roster. They're learning a whole new style of play. So when that happens, and I think, Coach Cooley's in a little bit of the same situation. He's got, some good guys back in Epps, but he's got a lot of new guys too. And when that happens, you got to find your way. And the only way you find your way is by going through it and get some experience. So again, I was disappointed we lost because I thought we were right there for a lot of the game. But I was pleased with the progress, and one of those areas was being able to make threes.
And defensively, you spoke a little bit about it. Did you change something? Did you adjust something? I know it's only game 2, but what was done that you were better, much better today than you were in your first game?
There was some things we really stressed. One was guarding the basketball, one-on-one defense, which I thought for the most part we did pretty well. The other one was doing it without fouling. We put them on the line a lot, Rhode Island in that first game. I thought we did a pretty good job of that today. And then the third one was transition defense. Sprinting back, plugging gaps, getting 5 guys below the ball and being able to guard. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that too. So, and then rebounding, and I thought we did a decent job of that too. So those are some areas that we got a little bit of payback from in this game.
Did you expect more full court pressure from them considering the last game you saw some?
No, not really.
Okay.
I don't think, in our last game against Rhode Island, they certainly played hard and, they do a good job of getting after you, but I don't think it was pressure that bothered us. I think it was us not doing a good job of getting to offense when there were 5 guys back. And it created some poor shots. Today we did a much better job of that, although we did have a few too many turnovers. But I thought, I think our guards are pretty good. I don't think pressure really bothers us. I think where it bothers us is we're still learning how to go from pressure and then getting into offense.
Yeah. This is kind of a whimsical question. Talk about your team's shoe game. I mean, they had a lot of fancy tennis shoes, a lot of varied fancy tennis shoes. I mean, you're really developed in that area.
Yeah, no comment. No, we got really good guys. They represent us well on the court, in the classroom, on the campus. They're terrific guys, and as long as they're Nikes, if they want to express themselves a little bit with the shoes they wear and they're good people at the same time, I don't have a problem with that.
Gotcha.
Coach, Coach, I was just wondering, with the team having to, I guess, rely a lot on the three-point line, what are some adjustments you're going to look to make so that in the future games, you're going to carry that same consistency that you had in the first half with three-point shooting efficiency onto the second?
Yeah, well, we're not gonna rely on three-point shooting. I think what we had to do a better job of in the second half was finishing plays at the basket. A lot of that is Sorber. He's long, he's athletic, PV's long, and they got some long athletes. And then we gotta finish better. So I think, you wanna be able to shoot, take and make threes. We did it in the first half. Now when they run you off the line, you gotta be able to drive the basketball, move the ball, attack closeouts, and get to the rim and finish, or get to the foul line and finish.
Thanks.
John Titel from Hoops HD. In the opener, Braden had no points, no rebounds, no turnovers. Today he led your team in points, rebounds, and unfortunately turnovers. Besides the inconsistency, do you know which is the real Braden Sparks yet?
Yeah, Braden's a very, very good player, and he's just gonna keep getting better. And again, I'm being a little redundant, but I'm gonna go back to the same thing. With so many new guys, I think the way we're gonna get consistent individually and collectively is by playing, and we need games. I think the most important thing that I want to establish with this group is we fight you for it, and we play hard. And I thought we showed that tonight. And we made some steps in some areas that we had to get better at. We just have to keep making steps. It's a process, and we're not dealing with, 6 returners, who know exactly what we're doing and how to do it. Again, I was really proud of the way our guys fought you for it, and I want that to be our baseline the entire season, and it will. And then as we gain experience and figure ourselves out and figure our team out collectively, we're just gonna play better and better and better each game.
Last question for Coach.
Coach, your starting backcourt combined for 17 boards in this one. Do you see that as an asset moving forward, that you have guards willing to crash the glass, or do you look at that and you say, maybe we want a little bit more from our front court guys?
Yeah, we work really hard on our guards digging out defensive rebounds. We did that last year, and we want to do it again this year, because what it does is it gets you out in transition, and we have to get better at that part of it. But I do think we got out in transition a little bit. We didn't quite finish some things or make some open shots, but it did get us out in transition a little bit. We want to be a gang rebound group. When the ball goes up on the glass, there's not one guy rebounding it, there's 5 guys rebounding it.
Anybody else?
You went when they went 5 out on 5. They subbed 5 under 16. What goes through your mind, and then what's your message to your guys when they put an entirely different team on the floor? Or what did it change at all?
This is going to sound a little, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but I didn't even know they subbed 5 guys. To be honest. I'm paying so much attention to what we're doing, and then the assistant that has the scout puts the matchups out there when there's substitutions. So I was probably paying more attention to what I wanted to do offensively or defensively on the next possession. So for lack of paying attention, I really didn't see that. So.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.